The TV adaptation of Stephen King's It continues to unnerve and terrify audiences more than 30 years after it was made. But was it a cursed production itself, and what's the story behind the creation of one of television's most iconic horror stories? It was aired in 2 parts on ABC in 1990, and it had a budget of $12 million, about double the normal budget. It was directed by Tommy Lee Wallace and based, of course, on Stephen King's iconic novel It, which was published in 1986. In large part, the huge success of It was down to the actor Tim Curry, who won the role of Pennywise, the demonic clown. Now, he had impressed the makers of It, the miniseries, with his role in the Rocky Horror Picture Show and in other films such as Clue. Other contenders for Pennywise included Malcolm McDowell, although he was rejected as being too soft for the part. But there were some inspired choices in the general casting, including Richard Thomas, who played the clean-cut John Boy Walton in The Waltons, and in It, he plays Bill Denborough, who is effectively leader of the Losers Club, which takes on Pennywise. It, back in 1990, was a huge success. It attracted 30 million viewers, but it had been a big gamble for ABC because of the gory nature of the subject matter. The original plan had been a much longer running time of around 8 hours. In the event, each episode is around an hour and a half. The writer of the teleplay, Lawrence Cohen, who adapted the novel, said that these days it might well have been made in the mould of Game of Thrones, a long-running series. Tim Curry's extensive makeup took about 3 hours each day to apply, and his appearance was inspired by Lon Chaney's portrayal of the Phantom of the Opera. The miniseries also used what the cast referred to as the Alaskan King Spider, a huge robotic spider puppet, and this is the form that it takes. Pennywise the clown disappears and is replaced by a spider, which some may feel is none too convincing or particularly unnerving. And some of those connected with the production now say they regret the decision to use the spider and effectively to get rid of Pennywise. There were some tragedies associated with It in later years. Jonathan Brandis, who played young Bill, took his own life aged 27. John Ritter, who played Ben Hanscom, died from heart problems in his mid-50s. And in 2012, Tim Curry, who played Pennywise, suffered a major stroke.